Peace. Good evening. I'd like to welcome you back to another edition or a special edition of the Foul Playland. As always, I am. Good evening. Let me make sure this team is doing my sound check. For a special edition of the Foul Playland. My apologies. But I'm coming on at the post-election Sir Foul Playland or Sir Foul Player of Brooklyn. Foul Playland post-election live stream. I'm gonna invite some of my peoples to come through too. I'm not doing no victory lap either. I in spite of the fact that I wanted Trump to win, I made that very clear. It's not like I just got on to saying that I wanted Trump to win. I've been saying it for the better part of a couple years already, and I probably started liking Trump 2019, 2018. So, and I've never shied away from showing my support online. And it's been hectic. So, or hectic in the sense of like trying to say that I rather rock with him than say a Joe Biden, like I did in 2019 and 2020, or say that I supported some of the moves he made, like while he was the president. Like that was not hell. I'm not, but people would set trip really hard, along the way, like when I would show damn, what the hell's going on with my joint? When I would show support for Trump, which I always did, you know what I'm saying? Like I would never shy away from it, regardless of where I went into. But I wanted Trump to win for the same reasons. It never deviated. It wasn't because I didn't like Biden. It wasn't because I didn't like Kamala. It wasn't because I didn't like the idea of being led by a woman. It wasn't because Kamala was fake black or Indian. It wasn't because of I thought or I was hyped up about like a lot of the issues that conservatives most times get hyped up about. Like, let's say like the like the bathroom stuff, things of that ilk per se. Like the women's bathroom stuff. I'll put it at that. Like I wouldn't get like too hyped up, or what, like it's not like every issue that conservatives are hyped up about, like I was hyped up about. I'll put it like that. Or it's not like every issue that MAGA pushed, I pushed. That's not like and I think a lot of times, like when I was trying to navigate living under a Biden presidency, that sucked. Everybody was broke that I know. When you tell people that, hey, listen, I'm broke, or people are broke that I know, and they say, oh, well, I'm not broke. Technically, I'm not broke. I've been homeless twice in my life. I'm not broke now. But I was doing a little better during the Trump presidency than during the Biden presidency. But, you try to like come with rational thought processes and explaining these things, and it was really hard to navigate, not only during the Biden presidency, but even at the tail end when I wanted Trump to win in 2020. But having said that, we're here now. But one thing I do know is that certainly, and I don't want to crash down on people either. That's not the steed. Like I don't want to rub it in people's faces and all that stuff. But one thing I am not going to be is polite with a lot of these issues. Because if at this point a lot of people like didn't see any of this stuff through, like as far as like the hypocrisy of politics in this country, the media, how hypocritical they are. See, and when you bring these things up, like a lot of times people that defend leftist talking points, which I had to navigate through many of them. And a lot of time it's like hood dudes like that, like are defending that have to rationalize like defending the rainbow weirdo stuff, or have to rationalize like being simps, like, and making it seem like, and advocating for their daughters to have like the ability to get an abortion, like, or what else? Oh, like, or when you like a lot of times when I would tell people that we have a migrant problem in New York currently, and then people like, oh, well, let me show you a stat or some shit, or like, this is what I had to navigate through. I mean, where like you try to convince fellow minorities, if you will, quote unquote minorities, a term that I hate very much, but you try to convince them about the experience that you're seeing, the numbers that you're spending, the experiences that you're enduring, and they just switch subjects like chicks switch clothing. And I navigated through a lot of that stuff. And the thing is too, like, I mean, like, it's not that like I love a riveting debate. I'm with it all. The thing is that a lot of dudes are doing it for Democrats, bro. Y'all were doing this shit for Democrats, my people. For Democrats. And I mean, like, it's not even I mean, if your politics are so hoey that like, it's just like, I don't like Trump. I mean, like, I could see like why a lot of times I couldn't get into a spirited debate with people, because like if you hate an emotion, hate is an emotion, Trump, so much so that you would vote against your own pockets, vote against your people's own interest, like being that migrants are moving into Black neighborhoods in New York City in mass for years. I mean, it's not like it wasn't a secret. Like, y'all saw the video. I know y'all saw the videos too, because I mean, it's been out there for years. Like, y'all would make every excuse under the sun for leftists, but then want Mr. Surfout player of Brooklyn to get tripped up about some minute detail, like with Trump. And it's been happening for 7 years. I mean, like, in my case, I mean, it's not like, I mean, I've been coming online with the same position for the better part of at least 5 years. I never fronted about that, about my conservative ways. Like, I pulled my son out of school before woke became a thing. I mean, or like, and my son's a grown man. So I lived it too, I changed my life around it, but at this stage of the game, you can't really get into real constructive conversations with emotional people. And a lot of times you could tell at this stage of the game who's emotional and who's not, period. And we can't listen to emotional people in 2024. At the end of the day, if you're going to be, if you're in a position in which, what do you call it? You're in a position where you could make bread. Like it was feasible in 2016 to 2020. I know a lot of people that were making bread. People that argue with me online here that were doing a lot more well, like during the Trump administration, in spite of like the COVID catastrophe that Trump had to endure or navigate through. People that were doing far better, but are so butthurt or were so emotional about Trump that you couldn't have a regular conversation with people like that. So, I mean, and, I had to endure it a lot. I mean, a lot of times I would love to tell people like, every curse under the sun. I mean, or like tell people like, like we don't want to hear you crying. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't want to, like, I never taught my son, in spite of the fact that like I've had direct incidents like with the police historically. I mean, and I've never my tactic was always don't give them shit. Like, I just don't want to get my ass kicked because they have the bigger team. But till this day, my tactic's the same shit. But that shit ain't that big of an issue in my life personally, admittedly, to be so damn emotional. But I know a lot of these internet dudes, if you break down their real life, they've probably had like 2 regular interactions with the police. Which I understand that police do racially profile, all that stuff. But if you ain't getting your ass kicked, I mean, at this stage of the game, and you're willing to be broke behind an emotional issue like that, like what the fuck that got to do with me? Like, word up. I mean, it's seemingly like the difference between this president to the last president, like for my pockets, was probably about every month at least another like $300 that I had to. That's a nice scenario. It's probably closer to 6, but let's say it was $300 that I was spending more during the Biden administration. Why should I spend $300 more because you're emotional about some shit? Like, how is that fair to me and my family? But ultimately, at the end of the day, I mean, like these last, not even 4 years, because it wasn't just during the Biden administration. These last, I'm gonna say these last 6 years was the illest purity test that God could have ever laced humanity with, especially so-called minorities. And I consider black dudes my brothers. I have no affinity with Mexican dudes. Like I always take shots at Mexican dudes. When I talk boxing and whatnot, I got much love for my Mexican. I have a little great nephew that's half Mexican, and he's really cute. But I'm never here like pushing more for all Latinos. I'm 100% Puerto Rican. Of course, I want my home team to win, but black dudes since I was a kid were my brothers. You smell me? So it's not like I'm like, when I'm speaking about the issues, I know what's up. And I mean, like, if you go to a real life experience, like, not many of y'all like internet dudes had your ass kicked by cops more than once. And I had to take that. But I mean, I'm here now. I'm here talking to y'all. Like, I mean, like, I just avoid cops. Like, that's it. And I don't like them till this day. You'll never see me say like, we need more police, or like, like that's corny. Like, I can protect myself. Thank you very much. And I have very low opinion about cops. Historically. Like, I don't ride with every issue like that. But the thing is, like, when I debated with emotional, or when I spoke with emotional people, like throughout these years, that were willing to like change their whole lifestyle and like thought process, budget, financial stress, just because they didn't like Trump. I mean, I got to really take that with a grain of salt moving into 2025. I mean, not that I'm going to be paying much attention anyway, like, but I just can't have the hair on my tongue moving into 2025. I think a lot of people ultimately aren't really well wed on the issues too, but emotional people will overtalk data, or they'll rationalize. That's the biggest thing. And as quote unquote minorities, I mean, we are under a bit of duress in this country, or not a bit of duress, whatever, because I don't want to get into the defending how much duress we're under, but like, it is harder for quote unquote minorities, particularly the black man in this country, as is, but if it's that bad, you're basically like, we can't, like, you basically have to be navigating every issue with a grain of salt and reading into every issue, and that shit doesn't happen, bro. These last 6 years really proves that a lot of people that are at times emotional, that'll diss every part of you. I'm getting like shots thrown at me for being Puerto Rock. I mean, my granddad's black, my brother's black, my grandson my brother's son, who I call my grandson, is black. Who else? Tons of cousins that are black. My peoples are black. I don't even like calling black people black. Nowadays, I'm switching it up. But it's made me, this whole thing has made me, I'm not revolted by like people or anything like that. It's not that serious. But some people at the end of the day need to be led. That's what it is. I mean, like, and the thing is too that our people are the biggest hardheads and are the worst examples at being led, honestly. Like, I mean, from what I've seen historically, I've had to be in a position where I've had to lead people or had to see people of my ilk having to lead people, and it's very hard. I'm not talking about no job shit either, but we're knuckleheads. We are real knuckleheads. People acted like they really forgot things that happened like last month to defend Democrats. People, come on. Like, did it? Where did we? Where? When did we deviate? Like, people get emotional and want to overtalk the kid or check my like hood card, my Puerto Rican card, my this card, but they're basically rooting for one white team over another white team. Like, ain't nobody black in the DNC directing squat. Ain't no Puerto Rican in the DNC directing squat. Besides Fat Joe and J-Lo, who got thrown a bone or got thrown a couple million to endorse Kamala Harris in the final stage because they're both Diddy listers. But we got a lot of work to do. I mean, like, and the thing is too that a lot of people like always bring up the same talking. No, not a lot of people. A lot of my people bring up the same talking points when they talk about like what it takes to fix their community and whatnot. Oh, we need to fix the family. Like, how are we gonna fix the family? And like Planned Parenthood, which is called the Negro Project to start with, is basically setting up shop like in mass, like in our hoods. And we're cool with that. Like, we're over here like crying, like coming out of the polls and I did this vote for my daughter so she could have the right, to get an abortion. Like, what? Like, how about telling your skank daughter to close her legs? Or how about being around your daughter so she don't do all that? Or how about having a set of nuts around your daughter and stop being such a bitch boy in front and like going with your wife's politics because you're afraid she's gonna yell at you. Or better yet, how about not having your politics be dictated around? I just don't like that guy. I just don't like that guy. Like, come on, bro. I can't speak like with people that are just on. I just don't like that guy at every pivot. And at the oh my bad. I didn't see you coming, Michael. Your boy won. Yeah. The person I want. Yeah. The person I was rooting for won. But I'm gonna put the link out there. If you want to come through, Michael, I'll put the link out there in a second. But a lot of this has been disenfranchising, honestly. This has all been disenfranchising. But you know what's good too? I'm not blowing my own horn in that sense, but I read a lot and I try to stay ahead of the game and whatnot with stuff that I see or stuff that's happening politically or whatever. So sometimes you see things way before they happen. Like, sometimes you can see things being set up way earlier than the masses do, and that's okay. Like, but sometimes, in this case, it was really hard to try to tell people like, yo, like, this dude ain't that bad. What's the support? Like, so Puerto Rico and Jordan, baby. Like, and this is like from Puerto Rican cats. Like, I mean, this is like years ago. Even like from 2016, I ain't vote for anybody. I had my head stuck in the ground. I normally don't vote, but in 2016, I had my head stuck in the ground. I ain't giving two shits about Trump, and it was all that was being said on the news and whatnot. But I didn't have time to even look and see what was happening. But once I did start paying attention, and once I got my cribs and whatnot, like, a lot of like debates that are against my pockets are very hard for me to see through. And I mean, that's I try to factor the emotional people, like, yeah, like, you know, when they bring up like the racism stuff, and like listen, and I'm gonna be candid too, because I was actually thinking about this, because I told my boy Q to come through too, like one of the dudes we came up together. But what do you call it? Like when I was young, yo, like dead ass, I'm telling you, like I'm gonna be 100% candid. I'll give you a little bit of the Surfile player backstory, if you will. Yo, Deuce Times, my brother, what up? But when I grew up, I used to think in my neighborhood, because my neighborhood was more Puerto Rican. Like my neighborhood didn't have other Hispanic people besides Puerto Rican when I was a kid. Like it had a few black people, but there weren't no Mexicans, let's say, or there weren't like Dominicans even. Like my neighborhood was like the Spanish people, it was like 99%, like 95% Puerto Rican. You smell me? So like Puerto Rican dads are like that first wave that came from the island, and they gave us welfare off the bit, you know, as Puerto Rican dads. So a lot of our dads, like off the bit, they ain't work. You know, like they went to like chilling outside, like with boom boxes, tank tops, fucking jean shorts. And Puerto Rican dudes, you know, like if you know anything about Puerto Rican dudes, I'm not saying we're the toughest dudes, but like you definitely like can't say we're pussy. But when in my neighborhood, like the roughest dudes, I mean, like just because of the dynamics or the how many, like what the population was, the roughest dudes were Puerto Rican. But I used to think in my neighborhood, because I didn't really leave my neighborhood much when I was a kid, that the cops would give it to us harder than even like black cats, because like the black cats still had their dads there. Like the black cats, like their dads were like mechanics and shit, and they weren't like really chilling out there like that, especially not with our dads, like playing salsa music and all that shit, drinking beer. Like they ain't really have time for all that shit. But our dads would get a lot of shit from the cops. Like, I mean, not like, I mean, I'm pretty sure the black dads did as well, you know. But I used to think it was hard on us. And the thing is too, that a lot of us like didn't speak English properly. Like if you look at like how Rosie Perez speaks, like that's how like most like Puerto Ricans spoke when I was a kid. Like English, like the ones that didn't even know Spanish like spoke like that. And honestly, like I find that fucking accent annoying at times. Like, yo, you know, like that. Like it sounds like whiny to me. But and I always try to revert from not speaking that way. But when I got older though, and like now living my life, I could get like I haven't been bothered by police for ages, up until recently, like a couple days ago, and now my shit got towed. But I could get away with that because for all intents and purposes, if I dress properly, like fucking I could pass off for like a fucking Arabic dude or a white dude. Like I get that, bro. I get that 100% of the way. And as I got older, like if I go to like a union, like I know for sure that these union jobs in New York City were hiring like Puerto Rican dudes probably at a way higher frequency than black dudes, because I guess they make that choice amongst themselves. Like they could tolerate us in the sense of like, some of us look Italian or some shit. Oh, and like dudes are legit racist, bro. Like that stuff exists. Like y'all front, like I don't realize that this stuff exists, or like, you know, but I grew up in this shit. You know what I'm saying? But having said all that, you know, you could walk and chew bubblegum simultaneously. And a lot of times people like were basically making it seem like every issue I had to look at politically and with my pockets had to be emotion first. I don't like Trump, and everything else second. And I can't think that way. My man, Born, aka Deacon Do Dirty, the illest grandpa in the world. My brother, how you be?
Peace, Chief. I'm good, family. I'm good, man. You know, checking out the day, drinking liberal tears. They like Gatorade, salty, but you know what I mean, they still go down.
And I'm gonna tell y'all too. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all straight up, because I'm glad you pulled up too first. Because when I tell people that in 2016 I could give two shits about any of these issues, in relation to Trump, especially, and that's all I heard in 2016. But my head was stuck in the ground. I just bought a crib. I was like, you know, I'm moving, like whatever, or like I just moved from Brooklyn. So I didn't give two shits about what the media was saying about Trump because I just didn't have time for it. But like once I started like peeking my ear out, like I know my man Born right here who just came through pretty much from YouTube. I realized I met you, like I added you basically because my man Lowe's Dawkins mentioned you as far as your boxing and whatnot. And then I started seeing your political post on Facebook and I reached out to you. I don't know if you remember, like through Messenger, and I was like, yo, don't tell me don't put it out here what you put me on to Game 2, if you remember that conversation or what I asked you. But you were the one, like with just maybe 20 minutes of talking politics, I was like, shit, bro. And I didn't even know any of your history from the past, which I did know. I knew who you were even before we were friends. I didn't know who you were. I don't want to put your history out there, Born, but you were the one that kind of like I would have never, like, if I got involved politically, you would never see me banging on or pumping like real conservative stuff, because I always thought conservatives were racist or just weren't really about the people. And I was lazy kind of politically with domestic politics, because it sucks either way, regardless of who the president was. That's what I thought coming up in the hood and whatnot. But you were the kind of like just having that one conversation with you at that pivotal time, kind of like pivoted me at the perfect time, honestly. I think that might have been right before I bought. It was, bro. It was right before I bought my crib, Born. But
I recollect it right before you moved.
You remember me reaching out to you though, right?
Yeah,
bro. So I mean, like, you know, and we don't talk all the time, bro. Like, but that little bullshit conversation happened at the perfect time. And like, look at what happened since then. Like, that was pre-COVID, all, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no doubt. The funny thing about it is, like, you saying that, and like we had the conversation, but I didn't know that you wasn't. You was astute enough that you didn't seem like you was politically, you wasn't ignorant of what was going on. You just wasn't involved.
I've been, I knew of conscious community before there was a conscious community, Born, dead ass. Like, but I knew of the players. The thing is that I just couldn't fuck with Trump. But your conversation with me is what pivoted. But go ahead, take the floor, my brother.
No, that's what I was saying about the Trump thing. Is like you could see that, like what you said, you was already what you call conscious. So you could already see what was going on. It's just like sometimes we just need a different perspective, because the conscious community, in general, the conscious community, it gives us an oppressed, depressed, suppressed, a total mess outlook of ourselves first, as though we always a victim and never seeing ourselves as a victor, or at least somebody who can sit at the table with this enemy. And understanding that politics, what you say, just being able to be sociable with your enemy go a long way. So we already got to understand it. Like, I'm a black man in America, so I call myself an African, a wild African running wild in America. I understand myself in that context, but I also understand the context of me being here as a citizen also. And I ain't gonna let you play me out the bag no more. And that's what I think a lot of us, we've been tricked out of doing the right thing for self, because we thought the other thing was good for all. When it don't work like that. If you don't take care of self, you can't take care of others. So it always starts with self. So we always got to look at how can we better ourselves so we can better our nation. You can't just say we're just going to throw everything out there and it's just going to get better. Nah, you got to be better. And so that's how I looked at the Trump politics. It was putting the onus on self. And that's what I always learned, as, you know, coming from the nation of God's of earth, being in the nation of Islam, being a Black Panther cub. It's about self. It's self-reliance. It's self-work. You got to put the work in. And all you got to do is make sure they don't put no barrier up. Everything else, I don't care. I don't have to worry about your theological philosophies. I don't care about your racial views, as long as your policies is there and you don't put no barrier up. Let me get to the same thing y'all can get to, man. It's whatever, because I know the majority of times what hold the Black community back is our own thinking, the way that we've been educated. Our education is backwards. They keep us thinking that we can't win and that this is and that there's the great Satan is going to keep us from everything. And when you think like that, you get nothing. So that's why I couldn't look at Trump as the great Satan. You know, I read and I'm tired. I don't like to be lied to. This what really, like I told people before, this what really made me decide that I can mess with Trump, because it was the Central Park, Central Park 5. You put up an ad and said you wanted young brothers to get the death penalty, but something I didn't think they did, or something I thought was some bullshit. But I have to look at it with a proper sense and see that, well, one of the young men confessed to it, and his father made him confess. So now after a confession, I had to look at it as just a man, as a black man. If 5 white boys beat and rape a black woman somewhere, oh, I didn't mean to say that, beat and rape, my bad. Beat and rape a black woman somewhere, essayed her somewhere, I would want harsh penalties upon them. The harshest of penalties that could be put on them. And so as a man, you can't be hypocritical, because that's illogical to be hypocritical, to be mad at a man for wanting the same justice that you would want if you was in that same situation. Can't do that. So now I got to look at policy. And all the policies lined up with everything I'm going for, because Democrats don't line up with nothing that I believe in, man. In general, none of they core philosophies don't line up. I don't think boys can be girls. I don't think that you should be I don't think that the country should just be a big social welfare program. I think that parents should have control of education. I think that you should have control of your health care. You know what I mean? I believe that we should you got the right to weapons, all weapons, any weapons that any weapons, because you got to be a well-trained militia, like the Constitution say. You know what I mean?
And you hear cats talking about painting the devil. I mean, the white guy as the devil. Like, yo, we have access to weaponry, and we're advocating for politics that basically takes weaponry away from us. Like, yo, so you must not be fighting no devil then.
Yeah, you must exactly.
If you're basically trying to tell, you're basically trying to tell me that you want another devil to fight the devil for me. Like, when I could fight the devil myself, if it's that tough, if I have my shit in my castle, what else do I need?
But that's what they call see, this is weird. When they say plantation politics, you start to understand where they come from, because it's about the mentality. You need balls to make sure you're safe. You can't save yourself. Who are you? Y'all ain't man enough to save yourself.
But they screwed up big time too. You know why?
Yeah.
What started the revolution basically in this country, you've heard it say, I don't know, that it was 3% of the population. I know 3% of the black male population, if not a ton more, sat this one out and basically were the ones that were the loudest, saying how they weren't riding with none of this bullshit. So they probably saved this country with this one vote. So give it up to black brothers that did the right thing, bro.
Yo, it was the double thing. It was that, and it was the Lord Jamar thing. What Lord Jamar said, yo, you talking to me so funny, you gonna make me go vote for the first time. You gonna make me go out here and vote for the first time. Y'all talking to us so stupid and reckless that I don't want you to win. I'm not going to vote for Trump, but I'm going to vote against you. You know what I mean?
You want to hear some bugged out shit too? I don't know if you peeped this. I know you have, but I'm just being facetious. But some crazy shit, my man Born, that even the reparations issue went out the window with some of these cats. Like, oh, how are we gonna ask for reparations right now? Like, yo, my man, you could never ask for it again then.
Nah.
You made it seem like getting Cammy in there was more important than that. So
yeah,
I'm not saying that it's not fair. I'm not saying it's not deserved, but you shooting yourself in the own foot. Yeah,
Exactly. You shoot yourself in the foot.
Because you know why? You know why they're shooting themselves, Born? For being haters, for hating one guy, bro. Hater.
The hate gonna get you nowhere. Yo, listen, man. This is like, yo. This is all I'm doing is like, yo, look, man. I understand that even just with a more powerful, set looking leader, price is gonna go down. There's more stability in the country. Period. So I know price is gonna start going down. Mark my word on that. Gas gonna go down, and once the gas go down, and once the gas prices go down, you watch all the rest of the things on the market go down. Because truckers make the prices go up. Because if they got to pay more, you got to pay more.
Gas runs everything right now. You can't
Yeah.
switch to electric at the flip of a dime or some shit. Like and windmills are gonna power cars. Like these make no sense, bro. Like you pay for gas to get to work right now.
Yeah,
like you don't own an EV. You can't afford an EV.
Yo, and the EV is running off of gas because no matter where you at, it's a coal-fired motherfucker electrical facility somewhere producing that electricity to send to that car. Because these motherfuckers ain't riding. They ain't got no solar. They ain't solar paneled out. I doubt it. I doubt that the majority of people who got EV cars also got total solar houses where we just use the solar power. I doubt it.
That's a slither, bro. Like these dudes ain't touching no fucking Teslas, bro. These dudes are like fixing up their dad's like Accord or some shit, bro. And then they're fronting like they like somehow like we're gonna become a green earth tomorrow or some shit. Like you're not paying for gas today. Like, be bugging, bro. I can't listen to these dudes no more, man. Like it's an emotional damage. Like and at the end of the day, bro, I'm trying to make bread. Like
yo, listen. Well, I'm gonna tell you. Look, man, it's gonna be plenty of content for the next 4 years. So if you want to start making some clips and we start pulling the news, man, it's gonna be plenty of content for the next 4 years of whining, crying, sniveling, and the rest from all sides of people. But I want to tell us that, listen, man, buckle down, do what you're supposed to do, because one thing that I'm glad that happened was that Trump won the popular vote. Is because winning the popular vote, it solidified his victory as being that it's the country that don't like what's going on. It's not just a certain set of backwoods people who don't know no better and all that. This is the country saying that this shit is backwards, and they can't run that electoral college. It's the electoral college we really won on the news for the next cycle, like they did when he won the first time and beat they broad the first time.
Yeah, bro, and we got to get to that conversation too. Hopefully, too, like listen. At the end of the day, I want to have all conversations. That's and that's my stance. We were stymied from talking about a ton of shit here on YouTube, on Facebook during COVID. We couldn't talk about like the jab and whatnot, and everybody's just cool with it. Like they were cool with it basically just because they ain't like Trump. I mean, they picked a side with everything, with all this stuff. It was the purity test from hell, bro. This might have been, I always think, imagine this was like this was the rapture, and like everybody just fucked up with their choices. Because it seems that way. I don't know.
Well, every day. Listen, man, every day is you closer to it. So you know what I'm saying? Every day you gotta walk like every day is that. Like you making your choice. And that's like you said that though, that's a very interesting play on how a lot of people looked at this this race. It was like good against evil. Because the way that Donald Trump, I'm not gonna say the Republicans, but the way that the Donald Trump team pushed that they were wanting to transition your kids and tampons and bathrooms, and they want to kill the babies after they born. If they're aborted and born live, they want to kill the babies. They made it come down to like, yo, this is good versus evil, man.
Word up. No, and a lot of Born, I've heard some of these dudes like a year ago or 2 years ago. Anybody that say they're a woman, they're a woman. Like, My man, you wouldn't say that shit in a barbershop 5 years ago, bro. Like, this is where we got to, bro, for politics, for running, for basically trying to help Democrats beat Trump. That's why everybody operated. The media sold themselves out. Fantastic, bro. My Ninja News is up and running. My man Born will give you the news from here on out. You know what I'm saying? The politics as a whole is pretty much everybody's talking about it differently now. The toughest amongst us have changed our minds. Like, I said a story too, man. I want my man to pull up because he'll validate what and I said it before. Yo, I'm over here saying a story about shit I just went through, like at a funeral in Brooklyn, and dudes will act like I'm fronting because like they think I'm like pumping like some MAGA shit. Like, that's how bad things are, bro. Like your fellow minorities, you know what I'm saying? Like, but they all did it for this Indian woman, bro. Like, my man, she offered nothing.
Yeah, yo, listen, bro. I'm still there.
Yeah. You gotta hop off. My bad, bro.
Be right back.
All right, doggy, come back.
Oh well. Well, hold on. I don't think she would. Let me just check with her. As long as I'm still here with you, let me just check with her real quick.
All right, dogs. Yeah, I love, and but a lot of these dudes, you could tell, like, I mean, and I know of cats that voted early. Like, Shorty ain't even say no policies, like, and they were excruciating circumstances. Like, she came into the field late in the game, so you should have been disseminating every single policy that she was presenting. But also remember, some of the same cats that were saying that they're voting on policy, like basically saying they're not going to vote on policy a couple weeks later because Kamala didn't present any policy and they had to vote against Trump. I mean, so why should I listen to anybody like that or try to build? You know what I'm saying? Like, when some dudes aren't about building. At the end of the day, some dudes just want an excuse as to why they don't got to do right. They just want the white guy, like, to be like they just want that to have it, like, I don't know but it's many excuses, and the thing is too that Trump actually, that's why it could be a purity test or a I almost see it as a rap too, because Trump is the perfect looking as far as what you think would be like a pure, like, white guy, like the kind of person you wouldn't want to listen to, you know what I'm saying? But he was saying all the shit that we should been rocking with throughout for years, and a lot of people are like, nah, that's not I want these migrants here. Like, what if he start deporting these white people? Like, yo,
listen, son, I'm in New Haven, Sanctuary City. I just seen a sister who worked with only black babies. Talking about something. Well, you know, we better watch out because we ain't gonna be no sanctuary city no more. What the fuck is you worried about a sanctuary? You work with little black babies. We ain't part of that. I'm like, yo, what are y'all crying? I'm like, y'all crying about policies that don't even affect you. You know what I mean? This where we at. We're policies that don't even affect us. We don't even know what policies we should be crying over. We just in there just crying over whatever the news, whatever Joy Reid, Whoopi Goldberg,
Maddow,
whatever the hell they say, we should be crying over. That's what we're crying over, and that shit is crazy.
No, and so-called minority men that they have on TV, like, crying about Trump, are the most feminine looking dudes on the history of television broadcasting. How could, like, these dudes were crying, representing our men like that, like, over politics, bro, crying over Democrats that they've been subscribing to, like, and since their grandparents' age, and like supposedly politics in this country has been messed up for our people since their grandparents' age. Nothing changes. Like, we keep voting in the same exact way, but like, dudes are basically trying to paint a small percentage of us that, like, switched it up a couple months ago, seemingly, for the future of our pockets, the future of our kids. You know,
yeah. In America, it's not like, you have to. What, you gonna get social justice here? No. So stop pretending like you're gonna get some type of social equality. You might as well get economic equality, and then you could have social justice amongst yourselves. You know what I mean? You don't have to try to be equal to somebody else socially when you don't deal with them socially. You only deal with them economically. And once they understand that respect, everybody be straight.
Yeah, nah, but everybody, it seems like they just want like white guys to be like, I'm sorry at every turn, and like, I don't know what the solution people want. I think just people like are very comfortable with having a reason as to why they don't want to like set out and
They
like
don't
try
want
to.
to do shit. Yeah.
I mean,
Motherfuckers need the white man. They need the look. I put up about the Scarface quote the other day. They need the bad guy. They need the person to point their fucking fingers at and say, "Hey, that's the bad guy."
word up, bro. And like a lot of these dudes, and like a lot of these dudes don't even come up in the hood like that though. Like and like they ain't even getting fucked up by the police.
Nope.
Like my
No,
man's
the
like
ones crying the most about all this police reform and shit, these motherfuckers ain't even nowhere around us. You're like, what is you talking about? Police reform? Son, I mean, police, defund the police. I'm for police reform. I'm for reforming the motherfucking shit, man. Make these motherfuckers act the right way, reform them, retrain, whatever the fuck, but not get rid of them. What do you mean get rid of them? You can't get rid of them. Not in these high crime places where crime just gonna get higher. You don't have to worry about defunding the police. First of all, your crime rate ain't as high, and you got police still over there. They don't mind patrolling your neighborhood, but when it get dangerous over here, they like, man, we out of there, man. We not going.
like
I'm calling
no,
out.
and it's like they have an example that they could point to anywhere in this country where we're policing ourselves at any level.
Mm-hmm.
Like we let any like predator come into our hood like seemingly like or any like
Yeah.
person any white woman that sells these
Yeah.
ideas like as to like why our men shouldn't be around. Like we were Gucci with these things seemingly for decades. Like
Mm-hmm.
but one thing too, like Born, like I don't think that's just gonna keep popping off 2025, bro. That this little minority of men that are leading the charge are just gonna start thinking way differently about everything. I mean, I think they're gonna come to that point right before I spoke to you that day in whatever year it was. I think it was 2018 or might have been before that. But
Yeah.
they probably just had that moment now, bro, in this election.
Yo, listen. Me and my young boys outside talking today about taking over the Republican Party in New Haven. I go to vote. We got to listen. The Democrats run shit so much that like our state rep, he went unopposed, not a Democrat, not a Republican, not an independent, Green Party. Nobody ran against him as the state rep, and state reps have powers to bring forth legislation. I was like, what the fuck? I looked at the thing. I said, this motherfucker ran uninhibited. So it pissed me off because I was like, man, I could have ran against this motherfucker. I
You
could
should
have.
get into I mean, I know it's a lot of work, bro, but and like to do it in a liberal area is dangerous. But I think you got like, at this stage right now, bro. Like I could see an American Renaissance that our people lead.
Now
Bro.
we can get a chance. No, listen, I see we getting a chance. So depending on, like right now, I ain't really wanting to stay here. I'm wanting to move now. I want to give me some more warmer living. But I got some young people. Some young Black Power heads who they in place and they on point. So what I'm gonna do is start branching them to the Republican Party leaders that I know already. Because the problem is they don't have nobody to run. Because they got the money to run.
Even a little pocket like New Haven, bro. Like if
Mm-hmm.
it could be done, bro. I'm telling you, if there's a grassroots dudes that look like us,
Yeah,
and
man, I know you'll be done.
that shit will
I
get done
know.
in one cycle, bro. Like yo, look, all of a sudden, like right when you start speaking that, Deacon, my views went down to 0. But that ass, like, but I'll speak on this anyway though too, because I don't know if I told you, my man's, he's not my man's like that, but somebody I know ran for Congress in Patterson.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you ever heard of that congressman that just died, Bill Pascrell. He was like real old, but he died. He was the one that had that seat for like 40 years or more. And this black dude from Patterson, young cat, you know, and dude looks the part, big guy, like braids. He was on Tim Pool's show. He speaks really well. He's a veteran, and he's ultra mega. He ran, but they didn't give him any funding at all, like the Senate Republicans, basically, because Mitch McConnell is the one that basically gives out the money, like to these
Money,
schools.
yeah, he running for
You know what percentage he got? You could check it right now. It's in New Jersey, 9th district. You know what percentage he had? Like when I last checked, bro, in Democrat Patterson, New Jersey, bro, 48%,
I was about to say 45%.
48, bro, or 47. He could have had that race,
But
bro.
that show you the turnover.
Yeah.
So that show you the turnover. I don't trust Miss McConnell anyway. I want to get his turtle ass out of there. Get him out of there.
He's out. He's out.
Yeah.
But imagine Byron Donalds or somebody like that taking over McConnell's place, or Byron Donalds taking a seat in the Supreme Court, and you know what I'm saying, and taking Clarence Thomas.
They get Byron Donalds up there. Shit, I might run for goddamn state senator somewhere. But Byron send some bread up here, baby. Send some bread to the niggas, man.
No, and look, right? I think Trump had like a quarter of what Kamala had funding wise, but those commercials during the football games showing them trannies hit. They hit, exactly. Bro. Like I mean, like, and a lot of these dudes are fronting like they stopped watching football during Kaepernick, bro. But like y'all still watch.
They lying.
I can't stop, bro. I'm sorry.
Football's still the #1 sport in America. You lied.
I can't stop, bro. Like some of y'all be fronting, like, oh yeah, like I don't watch that shit. Like even now, like y'all fronting, bro. But but those commercials were hitting.
Yeah, but Tranny, that's why I said.
Like,
you know, that's what I was saying earlier when you were talking about that good, about how it's like revelations, like it's like a revelation. It's like shit changing over, and that's what I was saying. Like they played it good against evil, which was perfect. Perfect. Well, what do you say? They for the Democrats are for they them. I'm for you.
Hits, bro. That shit hits, bro.
What?
So, and look, like so in like let's say New Haven, like per se, or theoretically, or this area Patterson, like I mean Patterson's like where Fetty Wap is from, bro. Like this shit is hood, and he could.
Yeah, no, son. Listen, I know I can win New Haven. New Haven got enough. It got enough whites. It got enough people who already feel like, yo, we just ain't gonna be able to win. That's why it's nothing, and they don't even care about who's running. But I know, listen, I know if not winning, I could put up a damn good fight where they know, oh, these niggas got some other shit going. Yeah. They know these niggas got doing something different. There's some other shit going on here. They linked in. These is hood niggas linked in with the Republican Party. This is a whole nother party. We be up there, the motherfucker. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. Listen, man, the senator here, Chris Murphy, our Senator Chris Murphy ran down on me yesterday at the polls. See, these motherfuckers know me. They know me. They said, listen, the Senator Chris Murphy, he sent this motherfucking liaison over to my motherfucking job, son.
Wow.
Yeah, they heard
I believe it too, bro. Yo, you know why I believe it? Because they watch every move black people make, bro. And they work on y'all like a military does. Y'all the ones that see, bro, like at times. Because I know that for like what you're saying, bro. Like I know for sure, like when I like in community meetings, like if you're the one that if you're like, and this is like in 2015, if you're talking like we were talking, like they would hunt you out, bro. Like they would have women like, oh, what, you know, like basically emotion you out of there, and you didn't want to talk. They work like a military, bro. But what happened?
Nigga, that had the feds at your motherfucking corner waiting. So hi, I'm Mr. Black, and I'm Mr. Black. How you doing today, Mr. Such and Such? That's shit there. Pull on your motherfucking ass. But yeah, the senator here sent one of his liaisons down to my spot. Like they had known about me. They didn't know who I was working with though. They didn't know I was working with this I started working with this community soup kitchen so I could get steady meals on a steady basis. You know what I'm saying? Consistent for my people and shit. So I started working with these jokers, and so they sent Chris Murphy a liaison down to them, and so they like, yo, listen, we want y'all to see the new shit that we doing over in New Hornville. And they like, yo, who did it? He's like, oh, it's Brother Bourne. Brother Bourne over there, and they knew who I was. So he gets over here, right boy, going crazy. He just like he crazy falling over me on some bugged out mess. But like I said, they knew who I was and understand my politics and understand a little certain situation. So I seen these jokers though today because I hit them because I don't trust them anyway. I don't trust nothing that they do, nothing they say, nothing that they say to me do I trust because they liars. And he proved to be a liar. You know what I mean? And so when I seen him Tuesday, Chris Murphy come run up on me. So I don't know if they really paying attention, but they run up on me and I got my Trump bucket on. So you know what I'm saying? Hold on, I'm ready to show you my Trump bucket real quick. Where my bucket at? My bucket. So I have my Trump bucket on and shit, right? So they like he run up on me and shake my hand mad hard because like this the thing, I'm in a wheelchair. So you know they always trying to play whatever angle they can play. Got the news out there, news cameras out there, the senator out there, state rep out there, a couple other of these political big wigs is standing out there. He run right up on me. Ah, how you doing? Brother Bond, how you doing? Oh, so okay, you know me. Okay. I shake his hand. I see the dude running for state rep. He's like, what up? I'm like, what up, Steve? I shake his hand, but now they paying attention because the news done ran up on me and I got the motherfucking, I'm going like this and I'm going like this on him. See, like, I got the drink like this. You know what I'm saying?
Let me show you on the solo layout. Give me a second. Bam!
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I got the drink rocking like that, you know what I mean? So I'm rocking low on them with the low hat on them, boom. So that's what they see it, right? So I'm in the drink, so I'm like, yo, all right, clear. I'm like, all right, clear, man. Nobody say nothing to me. But son, on the way up there, I'm playing the motherfucker. I'm playing the Kamala is at a dance party with Beyonce. So I'm trolling. I'm trolling to the polls. I go in the inside and say, I was looking for trouble. You know how sometimes you be looking for trouble? So I got the Trump hat on because I wanted to see, I seen a white boy get into a fight and a whole total altercation over his Trump hat in the voting poll. And I was like, yo, that's crazy. I was like, man, I wonder what they'll do to me if I got my eyes on. So I go there with my joint on. Ain't nobody said a word, man. They ain't say nothing about the Trump. They ain't say nothing about the trumpet, man. So I was feeling good, man. I said, man, this was a wonderful little thing yesterday, though. But like I said, I come out, I see the state rep again, see the senator again. They doing a little news thing. I got some video of the joker and everything, talking and everything. But right now, I'm not even into talking to none of them because I've learned it. I've learned this. This is one thing that I learned, though, bro, over time, is that I don't need to be in every seat, in every place, in every space, being seen and being around these jokers. The one thing that I got is that I'm here in the community that y'all need to do the work in, and I'm doing the work. So I don't have to come smooth with you. Sooner or later, you're going to come to me. Sooner or later, y'all almost going to come and say, excuse me, man, can you help us? And then you got to pay like I say. It's not me coming to beg you. I ain't going to ask them. I'm not about to go ask them for nothing. If somebody wants something, I'll let the pastors go get it. Preachers go get it, whatever. Y'all can go get that money from them. If they got it, they giving it up. I'll come up with a program. You pay me for running my program, whatever. But I'm not going to them. Y'all can contract with me to do my whatever. But I'm not going to them, and I never will. Because I see that it's a hindrance in y'all. Like, no, I ain't gonna say I never will. I'm not gonna say that. But I'm not going to them with my hat in my hand where I'm going to beg them for something when I know I could do for myself. Anytime that I am going to try to rock with the government, it's going to be partnership. Not me coming to beg you, but you already seen what I got and you want to partner up. Because that's what I'm building right now. Son, I got a program right now for the babies that I'm looking at right now. I'm looking at the first budget, like a $50,000 budget, but I'm looking to run a program right now for $212,000 for the year. A little program that run these kids through a STEM program with a history curriculum attached to it for 12 months to try to deter the Kia boys. Because that's something that people ain't even thinking about doing, but they got mad money sitting around for that type of shit.
And I don't know nothing. The Care Boys?
Yeah. This is the type, listen, man. See, this is stuff that people didn't understand what the Biden administration was doing. This is part of the Biden administration. They didn't care about, when they said infrastructure, their infrastructure wasn't necessarily the roads and the highways. It was the people. So the feds they already got a chunk of money sitting, waiting to spend that they already sat out for infrastructure, which is the people, which is doing programs for the people. And so what I'm going to do is like, yo, right now, they're going to have to spend this money. So that's why I know, see, it's coming down the pipe that they got to get rid of this money. And people still got the money. They've been getting, you know how the feds send out all that money to all these different organizations. And at the end, they got to hurry up and spend that money because they ain't spent it. They've been bullshitting, lollygagging.
Already earmarked.
That's what's popping right now. I got these motherfuckers, but I got them now. See, with them having that problem and me having all the programs, I got y'all now because y'all don't know what to do. Y'all listen, son. Motherfucker called me while they was in the meeting with the senators and niggas like, yo, brother Bourne, check this out, man. I'm in the meeting and we looking to try to prevent, to do something about the Kia boys.
Hold on, hold on. Before you even continue, Born, because if you mind me giving a little bit of a little bit of your backstory, because I don't want people to
go
think
ahead, man. I don't mind.
Brother Born puts work. I mean, in spite of the fact that he was nice enough to tell y'all like the fact that he's in a wheelchair too, but also Brother Born puts it down, bro. Like I mean, without no help, it doesn't seem like people are tripping over themselves to help the brother, and this dude puts it down in his community. Seemingly every post I see the dude out there, bro. The dude ain't even like a social media person like that either. That's the hard part. And he's not out here bitching about who's not helping him and who is helping him. Like he's just doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like and this is the dude that put me on to my thinking in terms of politics at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like this is not no regular cat. And you mind me mentioning the radio stuff or no?
Nah, I don't mind, man, because we got this. I just did a video for my page a little while ago. I just ain't put it up yet.
Nah, but you're not. I know you for sure over the span of close to a decade. You're not Mr. Social Media or give a shit about and by and large too. I know you get the algorithm screwing you too on your posts.
Yeah.
But having said all that, though, my man Bourne also had a radio show. You cool with talking about the radio show? You want me to mention it?
Yeah, I don't mind, man. Because matter of fact, check us out on YouTube. Look up Feet on the Ground Media, Feet on the Ground Radio on YouTube. Look us up, man. We got archives. Dr. Walter Williams just passed. Dr. Walter Williams, the guy who wrote the history of Christianity, history of Islam, part 1 and 2. Y'all got
the Attorney at War, Automatics.
Yeah, we got a lot of automatics. We got, like I said, we got Baba Williams in there, man. We got the elders. We got elders who just passed. We got elders who just passed, and we got archives of they, of their message to the people. So y'all go check that out, please do.
And this is before things got all hoey. Like this is pre 2016, like where there was a lot more info out than there is now, and where where there was a real reckoning as far as how people were thinking. Our people were thinking then. I think this whole political thing threw us off, though, man. We got thrown off heavy duty.
Nah, BLM threw us off. BLM threw us off. BLM. We had true. we had two major things happen to what we would call the black consciousness, the way that it was moving. We had two major things happen. We had BLM take the red, black, and green nationalistic colors, blend them in with the LGBTQIA, and when they blended that in together, that started to corrupt the nationalistic and family stance that comes with being, like, I'm saying, I'm coming from just a black consciousness state, you know what I mean? But coming from a black consciousness state, there's no room for not having family. That's what we see where our downfall at, is not having family. So there's no room for people telling us that we shouldn't have family, that men are no longer needed, and they are not capable of being leaders in the community. You can't have that. And then the second thing that happened was what we would call the extreme identity extremists. And what they did was they took Hebrew Israelites, a lot of different Hebrew Israelite groups, moved them together, incorporated them together as though that they were people who were out to come and kill Caucasians, kill people in America. You know what I'm saying? That's what they did. And those two things made people back up, because what happened after they did the identity extremists in Dallas, they started running down on black men who was part of different black coalitions. Also, what happened in Dallas, they had the alleged, the fake picture, but I'm going to give them, I say the picture fake. But what was my man who did the shoot in Dallas? What was I can't remember his name now. Oh man, why can't I remember brother's name? The black kid. Remember during like during the BLM riots and all that, the brother allegedly shot at the police in Dallas. Oh man, why can't I remember?
What were the other circumstances behind it?
He was alleged ex-military, but he did it like allegedly on some black power type of thing. It was like some black power type of thing that he allegedly did it on. He took pictures. He was photoshopped into pictures in front of monumental black spaces in Dallas. And I know he was photoshopped. I'm going to remember his name. I don't know why I can't remember the name right now. To anybody in the audience, I apologize for that.
But what happened then though? Like, so they were trying to. So you're saying they were trying to lace the black men that were like conscious as like militaristic, whereas
and not only militaristic, but as threats to society, and so that'll get you killed. Remember, black people still remember what happened to Malcolm, to Martin, to Khaled. We still think somebody did something to Khaled. We still think people do. We remember that people did stuff to our people. So sometimes it'll make you want to fall back a little bit, especially when you see them aiming their guns right at you and you know you ain't aiming yours at them. You're like, what the whoa, wait a minute, white man. Yeah, we wanted to bust you in your head, but shit, we ain't even got our ranks up yet. And y'all aiming right at us. So it pushed a lot of black people back. Also, remember we had remember the other movement, the crazy minister. What the fuck was that? The crazy minister who went up to Stone Mountain. Oh man, I can't even remember these crazy jokers' names right now.
And they were coming out of that they were marching all that shit.
Yeah.
They marched around Brooklyn like with the Kyrie Irving shit.
Yeah. I remember that shit. Stone Mountain man, though, he was out there Stone Mountain, and they got caught, and they was out there faking jacks like they was gonna do something to white folk with guns and walking around.
And that dude was crazy feminine too, like that.
I think it was a fair setup, but I ain't going to get too much into that. But overall, I'm saying though, these incidents right there, started to push black consciousness underground and start to make black men who were conscious of what was going on Now I'm gonna be honest, we fell back. We fell back. It's not that we stopped doing stuff, but we fell back right off of this political, right off of the social media scene, period. Like, man, we ain't showing nobody we doing nothing. Man, most of my black power people now who used to always be posting stuff and you know, like really just always
They look
what
at
we
black
call banging
consciousness
on the
as
beach.
cringe now, bro. They look at black consciousness as cringe now. That
Yeah. No, listen, but my
there's a
people
few
who really
dudes
black conscious,
that like they always roll out as the reason as to like what. Well, I know they did the hyper violence thing, like with the instances you mentioned. I remember that, but they
they're not
also
this
laced it
are
with the ones that are pumped out the most, like Umar. Oh, he fucked up with the school. With Polite, oh, he fucked up here. With this, so like they just went after these dudes as individuals, and nobody took them seriously after that. They still don't take them seriously.
yeah, and listen, this is what I'm saying. Most of the black power, most of the RBGs that I knew had already expelled them jokers out of their circles. Period. They was expelled. Umar been expelled for over a decade. RBGs don't mess with them. It's the conscious community that mess with them. Them two different things. See, the RBG community is more of a Garvey bred people. They think of the nationalism. Conscious people just being conscious and woke. They just being woke. You know, they getting their chakras up and kundalini's right and all type of shit like that. RBGs ain't worried about getting kundalini's up. We ain't worried about all that shit, man. We worried about getting our nation together. And that's what happened. A lot of the, like I said, a lot of the people that I know who really in their community really putting in work, if you go to their pages now and you look at their pages now compared to a decade ago, you'll be like, what these people, they just stopped being black? These niggas, what happened? But no, we realized that, yo, it's a bunch of frauds out here. We can't put ourselves out here like that, especially on the social media, because it put us in harm's way with all these fucking frauds. And so we get the clowning. That's why a lot, like, I post certain things that are nationalistic, but a lot of times I don't. I just post news and things of that nature because I know what I see what it is. A lot of and then you got a lot of black people who in turn are afraid of people thinking nationalistically and to turn you in, turn you over, and always be looking to destruct and destroy anything you got going on.
Yeah, I mean, and we got and like that kind of like and honestly too, like what you're describing, a lot of it is based on how we get down with each other, bro. Like we'll shoot each other down like with the quickness. Once one of our people's mentions an idea, like you know, you think they're gonna let us do that? Like yo, like if you like saying like yo, like I can't build because the white man's gonna stop me. Use a bitch, bro.
Yes, sir.
That's the
Yeah,
most holy shit I ever heard in my life, bro. Like
yeah,
yo,
what
like,
you mean?
if we gotta take over somebody's corner, bro, like we ain't gonna sleep until we take that shit, bro.
Take that shit over.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
you're
And
not
like you
going to
over
tell
here
me.
worried about pickup trucks,
Yeah.
bro.
So you telling me these jokers gonna stop you from eating? Him? They
Like
gonna stop you from
you ain't
eating?
holding? Like you ain't holding like that? What's the problem?
What's going on, sir? How you let these cats stop you from eating, man? Nobody stop nobody from eating out here. That's how it used to. But see, that's why I said that's when they got our mentality. They got us whooped, bro. They got us whooped when we don't see it as serious as that. We don't see the fight for our own real lives as serious as we see the fight for the block. Because of how the dangers are layered. You know what I mean? There's different type of dangers, and the dangers layered away. The danger of the block is right there, so you take that serious because that man right there, he right there. So you take this shit serious. You don't take your business like serious because you really don't see the dangers of business. What's going to happen to me? What the most they gonna do? You know what I mean? Guys, what the most they gonna do to me? I ain't doing business right. What the most they gonna do? I don't want to do no business. Business don't even do nothing for me. So what?
The only
Oh,
danger that I think that if we're at war, I mean, like in essence, like how people try to draw it up, then like how is it that we're now scouting out shit like as it happens, like even within our communities? I mean, like, you know, how is it that these like small hat financing operations like that move militaristically, like by saying, all right, like we're gonna split the man from the woman, like, you know, we're gonna go after Bourne and try to like talk to him like and see if we could throw money in his direction, like to like or you know what I'm saying, like they they move with a purpose, like, and when like we're just moving where it's like, oh, things are so bad that we can't win. Like
but that's what you said. Like right now, that's what we doing. We reorganizing. See, we reorganizing. This is something that I'm seeing right now in my own community. Is now the church and the hood is we try to put the church and the hood back together. Like I said, I had a pastor call me for a program while he's sitting in there learning about shit. He's like, yo, listen, man, they try to throw $50,000, man. Come over when you got a program, man, to try to help the kids. Whoop-de-whoop. I'm like, sure, I got a program. Nigga, I got hundreds of programs, nigga. What you talking about? Nigga, I got them shit. So I hit it with the program. He brings the other pastor by. They come check me when I shoot the program to them. That's an outline. They sold. They don't even get to see the car really even do. They don't even see the intricate parts of what going to excite the kids. They just excited off of the just understanding what I'm talking about. And so I'm like, yo, that's all I need. Because if I could get the churches to start being back black again, being about the community, and we got these jokers. I don't care. I know where the finances at. And y'all
now we already got these jokers. It's how fast it's gonna happen. Like honestly, like the way I see it right now, bro, it's basically like how fast does everybody else like catch up? But I think like even like Born, like dead ass, bro. I wasn't like confident last night. Like even though like Trump smoked our girl there, but I was definitely expecting like some Georgia or Pennsylvania shit to happen, like the water main leaks and whatnot of 2020. But so I wasn't cocky at all. But part of me was hoping that like I sort of hope that these people try that shit again and cheat again. Like I hope they make it so overwhelming, and they like that they have to try it again. Where now like black and Latin dudes were like, yo, we ain't fucking with this girl. Like, and where you could see New York City decked out hood dudes, like, all maggot out, like breaking policies down, like when nobody was talking politics before. But I was hoping that they tried another 2020 moment where Biden got the most votes in the history of American elections, 12 million more than Obama.
Yeah, man. I didn't think, I was like, if she win, and she get like some landslide, she get 90 million. Joe got 81, and she get 90. I was like, man, this motherfucking country gonna go up in flames because it's motherfuckers who already was like, yo, listen, we know it was stolen from us. Because people already feel like we know it was stolen from us last time. This time we came out and made sure we got more, because it'll be something like she got 91 million. And Trump got 86, 87. It'll be some crazy shit. You feel me? The only way that they can steal. And I was like, yo, if they do something like that, they know immediately that night, it's going to be some slow singing and flower bringing. It's going to be some slow singing and flower bringing. Because there's some motherfuckers who like, nah, we not going to let y'all do that again. We not going to allow y'all to do that again.
But imagine this time it wasn't white boys. That's why I wanted it to pop off, because then like people would have been in the streets like, yo, breaking things down. And then the next conversation would have been like, what the fuck happened in 2020? Like how Biden win? Like how Biden get the most votes?
That would have been the conversation. See, that would have been the conversation in the hood, getting the understanding. The conversation in the rural areas would have been lock and load.
Yeah.
Lock and load. We smoking these motherfuckers. Nah. We don't want to hear it. Lock and load. We smoking them. If our precincts say that it went blue, we smoking whoever in there. You feel me? That's the type of mentality was coming right now. Because cats like, yo, we done seen y'all. We feel like the thing was stolen. We felt like for 4 years, y'all didn't even let him do all the shit that he could have done. Y'all blamed him for Corona when he tried to shut the country down, and y'all didn't let him. You blame him for everything going on for the last 4 years. Why are you prosecuting him for all type of crazy mess that no other president gets prosecuted for? The same mess. You prosecuting him for shit.
But so, he got 34 convictions, Deacon Dirty. Like, how the hell are you gonna vote? He got 34 convictions, bro. How you?
Yeah, 34 felonies.
34 felonies, yeah. Like my mans don't got felonies, bro. Come on.
Yo, son, check this out. I heard a felon getting mad at a felon getting a second chance. And I said, well, damn, when you came home, didn't you want one? What's going on here? Now y'all don't want to give felons a chance? You a felon. How a felon gonna say they don't want to give a felon a chance? What's going on here? They done made y'all totally turn against. Now, son, I heard black men who got felonies, man. I said, what are you talking about? Oh, he got a felony. What are you talking about? So what?
What
So
about
what?
these? What about these dudes? Born the ones that are saying what? No, I'm trying. Oh yeah, the system's unjust. The system's unjust. The system's unjust. The system's unjust. An unjust system is going after Trump. Man, fuck him. Like, you know what I'm saying?
The system ain't unjust. Get him.
Yeah.
He did it all. He did. Listen.
That's 34 felony. Can you not count? That's 34 felonies.
Yeah, yo, listen. It go from the feds to set you up. Then the feds don't set nobody up. We know they ain't did nothing like that. The feds is clean. Yo, son, I said, how the government get clean? The feds clean. Prosecutors clean. They ain't never been, man, prosecutors ain't never been dirty. He just was, what?
Yeah. That judge didn't R&R. He put my man under. This judge might be biased and be going against Trump. How you think a judge gonna sit on court and this is what we had to navigate through, bro.
Yo, niggas about to, they don't let no bias. They don't let no bias.
I got another one, Born. Real quick. I got another good one. Oh, when you say like, yo, I ain't want to take that shit. Oh, people been taking vaccines their whole life. Like,
no, yeah, oh Lord, yo, yeah, niggas been taking what? Man, you always been taking, man. You a lie, man. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Oh man, you've been taking vaccines all your life. What? Yo, a joker tried to get me with that. A joker tried to get me with that. Was like, yo, son, listen. I had an argument with a Negro. I had an argument with a Negro through my bedroom window outside my bedroom window about 8 o'clock in the morning, 8 a.m. Cause I got these people who come through and they drop off groceries for the community. So they'll come to the spot, and in front of my house, I got tables set up. So they'll come drop off 10, 12 bags of groceries and shit, all type of groceries and shit on Saturdays. And so last Saturday, my man pulls up and I'm in the bed and I just hear, oh, hell no, I know he got that fucking Trump sign up. I need to go in there and snatch it down. My nigga, I heard the first part and I was like, cool. When he said, I need to go in there and snatch it down, I immediately, hold up, sorry. I got to move my lady out the way, move out the way, open the window up, man. Open the window up. Because I was like, yo, listen, I'm ready to listen. If you come into my room, it'd be the Danny DeVito. And then I was just like, bow, 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 bow. He's coming up motherfucking yard playing with my shit. So I was thinking that first. And I realized that, he just lip professing. He out there lip professing out there talking about he gonna come in the yard. I was like, man, nobody want to hear that mess about no goddamn Kamala, man. So I'm arguing, yo, listen, son. I'm 8 o'clock in the morning. This how crazy, 8 o'clock in the morning, cats out there mad about the Trump sign, man. I got the Trump, I gotta see your picture of it. I got the Trump fuck your feelings flag. The big shit. Shit like 6 feet, bro.
But you knew that dude or you didn't know him?
I ain't even know him.
Oh.
He come up with my man. He comes with my man. Like, he's the driver for my man. He don't know me. I don't know him. But I knew this. I said, yo, listen, man, I'm going to tell you like this. We could debate this, man, because there's going to be facts over feelings, man. We could debate this. We up yelling at the window, man. We could debate this 8 o'clock in the morning, man. You want to debate what? Because I don't want to hear none of this Kamala shit outside my door, outside my window.
So he probably didn't want that action.
Nah. He quieted down. I cussed him out a little bit. They went on and left. I knew one thing though. My man was like, nah, he wasn't gonna come in your yard. I was like, yeah, because I see my man like the day after, like, yo, what's up with your man out front of my yard making all that noise? She's like, oh man, he came up, he seen that. He said, I tried to tell him, nobody want to hear that mess about no Kamala, but he don't want to hear it. I was like, man, I'm glad he ain't come in my yard. Now he want to go come in my yard. I was like, all right then, that was good. Because you came in my yard and touched my flag, nigga.
Nah, these dudes are wilding, bro, man. Like, and I like Dead ass, bro. Like in New York, like not even like 5-6 months ago, like if you would have worn a Trump hat, I say this on my channel all the time, like somebody potentially could have coughed off on you or said some stupid shit, and it likely could have been a white guy, and like other minorities would have been clapping along, like co-signing.
Yeah.
You won't do that shit in New York today.
Oh, nah. New York a whole other world right now. New York is trumped out. I see the young bulls out there. When I'm voting for a felon this year, all type of shirts on. Everybody like, man, we ain't trying to hear that, man. We with Trump, man. Y'all ain't about you not about to try. Listen, young niggas know they realize how high prices they got with the shit that they doing. They like, man, we turn around and shit higher, son. They can see it with their eyes. They like, man, nah, shit wasn't like this when Trump was in office. Nah, we just know it wasn't. We just know it wasn't, man. We just know it was better.
And you know what's crazy too in New York, honestly? At least in Brooklyn, from what I'm seeing, the one group of dudes that ain't taking it from the migrant cats are like all of a sudden like black cats, bro. And it's fantastic to see. Like that shit ain't getting like, I mean, I went to Crown Heights the other day. It didn't seem like they had a migrant problem like my neighborhood does. Like my neighborhood has a lot of Hispanics, so they were able to meld in and they destroyed my neighborhood, bro. But it's good to see young black dudes that are teaming up. Like, nah, like they're not from here. We are, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just if the conversation begins there, that's fantastic. I mean, like, because these dudes, I don't know, I don't trust them like to in these next like 2 months while especially and they're with the shits, born like as far as in New York, like these dudes, like you don't see them unless it's like 6 or more, like little groups.
Yeah, son. Y'all just see them in little groups, son. You got to watch them jokers, man. I'm like, yo, man, you think these jokers ain't dangerous, man? These jokers dangerous out here, man. You got to watch them look.
Nah, they rob everything, bro. Like everything. The only thing that like the thing of it is, born, and this is something that we could have figured out many years ago though. But you ain't gonna run up on a New York black dude that's with the shits, bro. Like fucking
with the shit,
yeah, bro. Yeah. And now they got a cause though. Like now it's like they shouldn't be here, bro. Like, and we're from here, like
we from here. They get everything. You can see them getting everything. Like, yo, hold up, man. They can hear their mothers in them talking about how the fuck you can't get nothing. These motherfuckers getting everything. They hear it. They see it. They can feel it.
In a really odd way, bro. Like, I mean, like it can't be debated. Black men saved this country. Born. I'm so proud this evening. They may not see it right today, bro, but they did.
No, you're right. Because I seen on the news, they were talking plenty of shit about the black man. Boy, black man.
It went from begging to guilt to fucking shame to
shame, insult, guilt, and the need to be right.
Bringing up Michelle Obama, bringing up my grandma.
Yeah, everything.
They ain't asked me about my pops, so like, what my pops think about the situation?
Yeah, think about this shit. Nah, you need to do this for granny. Don't you got daughters? You got a mother. Don't you got a wife? You was born, nigga. Everybody got a mama. You need to do this for your mamas. I said, man, what the fuck is you talking about? What?
Like we walking away from our women at times because of the shit they give us, bro. Like y'all think like right before an election, like by giving us more shit, like for a few weeks that we were gonna switch it up or be inspired. Man. Get out of here.
Shorty say, man, Shorty say, man, women don't want no woman that's no goddamn leader, man. Nobody want that. Don't no real woman want no the other woman as a leader.
Yo, but you know what's crazy too, Born? Like I remember vividly when Kamala ran in 2020, bro. I mean, and back then it was California black people that took it down with the quickness over a weekend, bro. I mean, she had the Democratic machine behind her, so it took a little bit of and the nagging women too, of all ilks. But I think that they knew they were gonna lose off the rip, and they made it seem like this was a fight, but once the brothers got involved, bro, it was a wrap. And I mean, like the wave really came in, I would say in the last like 2 months. But the Madison Square Garden was just the the rallying point after the fact. It was already wrapped up at that point. Are you still there, Born Allah? Zigzag Zig? I think you may have dropped off, bro. Yeah,
Here. I'm here, bro.
Yo,
I'm here.
also too, I was gonna tell you, I don't know if you saw my nifty hat, Mr.
Yeah, nah, I seen it. I seen it, brother. Don't care about it.
My brother. It's actually my man, Q. I sent him the link earlier to come through. My man Q. His company is called DiBiase, like Ted DiBiase. It's spelled DBIC brand. If anybody wants to copy it, it's dbicbrand.com. Q's a good brother too. But I'm gonna send you one too, my brother. Free of charge.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. I was gonna say send a link, man. We could.
No, I got you, bro. I'll buy it and I'll send you one.
So, you know, getting.
Yo, put the link for you. If you happen to have the link for your book, man, man, it's fantastic book too. It was dope too because it seemed like raps.
Nah, because that's how you know when you rap, you think like rap. You can't. I try to write I try to write poems though. You know how you think. The thing is, right, a lot of that stuff was stuff that I had. And, you know, when you think of poems, I try to write it like poems that I thought of when, like poems when you was a kid. Like, know what I'm saying? Like, this is how poems supposed to go. And then the further I got along, you can see that the poem switched up a little differently because I started to grasp what I wanted to do with it. Like, I didn't really want to be, it just.
No, I mean, it's good. Like we have the ability to read it that way, and it makes it doper. You know what I'm saying? If people with rhythm.
Yeah, But
it's sad and happy at the same time though too, man. And being that I know you, you know what I'm saying? Like I like the whole like theme where you're navigating and whatnot, or seeing it on paper. But
no doubt. Know what I'm saying?
But we gotta come through and give the news though, man. Like we've been saying it for a minute, bro. Like I think we at this stage, bro, like the brothers do need some guidance, bro. Like
man, we gotta have our own news, man. We at least see, because like even when you watch a news program, they're not making the news, they're just reporting. So we got to be able to report and give our own commentary. That's the thing. It's a different commentary that's needed. You know what I mean? Because we got these so-called quote-unquote conservative commentary out there, but it's really not the commentary that's for the conservative that we know. You know what I mean? It's a different type of conservative. The conservative we know ain't a Republican. They just a conservative.
And a good example of that is with the rainbow debate. Black conservatives talk about that stuff, and it sounds very bigoted, but it's totally acceptable within us, like because that's how we talk about that stuff in general. Like if you would have, it's just what it is. Like that's our culture. It's our culture. You can't change our culture.
If we was able to talk loose on YouTube, people could understand. That's why you also gotta get a Rumble channel. But if we was able to talk loose, you would understand how people really, in the community, there's a certain language that goes along with that, and it's not gentle. It's not framed gently. You know what I mean? It's not framed where, and I'm not even gonna say gently. It's not framed though in a manner that your feelings are involved. Nobody cares for your feelings.
Word up! Like when you show too much emotion among us, like you could get rocked. You can't just be yelling up in somebody's face and whatnot in real life. But the internet don't dictate shit, and a lot of emotional dudes are like we're like taken to becoming emotional based on some internet shit. Right now, like dudes need to be more driven and trying to get it. Like but yo, I would gladly do an hour on Rumble where I would go full board and sometime here too. I mean, no, like but yo, anytime you want to come through, bro, like you're a co-host on this show. I've always wanted to do a show with you, my man Born. But I know you're mad busy too, bro, and life gets in the way. Like, yo, how's being a grandpa, bro? I ain't even asked you, bro. Like, what's up?
It's a good thing. Yo, I'm blessed. I didn't think, like real life. I didn't really think I was going to be a grandfather on some real shit. I didn't think my daughter was going to be able to have children. Period.
And you bagged the boy too off the bat, bro.
Yeah, I didn't think my daughter was going to have children at all, at all. So with her having a child in general is just a blessing because it was like something that when she was younger, it was just like I didn't know, something that I cried about personally. That I was like, damn, I ain't going to, like, my baby can't have a baby. She might not be able to have babies. Because her hormones was like, her hormones was off as a youth, just having her periods and all that different stuff. So, her having a baby and having a little boy was just a beautiful thing, Like I told her that, you and the young man, y'all together, but if anything, go down the same way that my parents helped me out when I was in when I was in a time of need. I'm willing to do the same thing.
No, and there's gonna be a whole generation of kids that look like us that are born right now that are gonna be hearing like Black and Latin men speaking like this, and this country's gonna change for the better, bro. Like we don't have to run it on some anarchy shit like these BLM cats were trying to make it seem like we had to do. Like we don't got to tear it down to take over. Like we could just take over our own affairs, and nobody will fuck with us.
Exactly. Yo, listen. Look how the Muslims took over Dearborn, Michigan. You ain't gotta be loud and all that. You just do what you gotta do. You take care of your space. Your neighbor take care of their space. And since we all taking care of our space, our politics gonna turn the same. You know what I mean? Gonna turn the same. We're gonna start wanting things the same way. We're gonna start wanting things for each other. And then we're gonna put our own people in. We're gonna say, nah, we need who we need in there.
No, and if we get tactical, we could take a nice chunk of Congress, a nice chunk of Senate, like black dudes, bro. Like in these states. Like I mean, and it'll be the purity test. Like either y'all A, build with us, or B, y'all people are gonna think that that's new base that's coming to y'all that you don't want to work with us and that y'all are racist. So they'll be pinned in the corner. But if
put them in the catch-22.
Yeah, bro. Like
show your colors. Show your colors. It'll be show your colors no matter what they are. Show your colors.
And it's a good thing. And if they play us, it's a good thing.
However they do, because it give us a position that we can move from. When you know how everybody else stand, then you can move right. When everybody on shaky ground, you don't know how to move around them because you don't know if it's you in, out, you sometimey, wish-washy. Be who you are. Then we can deal with each other straight.
And ignore emotional talk, bro. I don't want to hear men doing emotional talk anymore besides real concerted rage as to what we should do next. Like rate. I mean, not blowing up or jumping out the window, none of that crazy shit. But what we do tomorrow, in a sense, like that's something we don't really talk about a lot of times. But we will in 2025 and within this presidency, bro. I mean, people people are like saying, oh well, you got to hold your man accountable. Like, listen, I hold everybody accountable at all times because I watch what they're doing. I didn't ignore what was happening for 4 years. Like, you saw that post that Shaka Shakur put out? He said, y'all over here getting mad, but y'all acted like Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder with Sleepy Joe in these past 4 years. And it's true, bro. Like, we can't get politically involved for only one team, bro. Because these last 4 years, everybody could say that it sucked.
And nobody wanted to do nothing. Listen, man, we wanted to do something about it. We tried.
We will.
We tried. We did something. Now the people that in office gotta do what they got supposed to do, or you get set up for failure, motherfucker. Vince, if you know you want to be the president coming up, you know what Trump got to do. Everything he say he want to motherfucking do. Because if not, Vince, same way Kamala ass was out of there, your ass would be out of there, boy.
Or be like, yo, like we swap out Vance with Byron, like see what Byron offering us. Like Byron, you playing games, all right, next.
Yeah, whoever, that's what I'm saying. You'll be out of there, boy. If
Yeah.
you and Trump don't do what y'all say y'all gonna do, and we don't start seeing some motherfucking legal roundups and all type of feds kicking doors in and busting heads and taking names, nigga, I don't know. No, I want to see some kicking ass, man, taking names, man. That's what I want to see. We
Yo,
already got a mix.
I want to ask you too. What do you think Trump should do in terms of legally? You think that he should go on a revenge tour as far as investigations and whatnot? Like, I know you're interested in like the congressional stuff.
Nah, he just need to. He don't need to go on a revenge tour. He just need to put in a good FBI director, a good head of the DOD.
Yo, they go my views again. They go my views again, bro. Went from 5 to 0, bro. Like right when that subject starts.
Yeah, listen, that's what they need though. They need to get rid of the DOD, the DOJ, and the FBI director. He need to put some new ones in, and just let the people investigate what need to be investigated. You ain't got to point to nothing. The shit all sitting in our face. You got the Epstein logs. You got Crazy Joe. You got the daggone your Crazy Joe son notebooks and files. You got the files. Y'all got the files. Y'all know who doing what in Ukraine. Y'all know who doing what. So, hey, man, y'all just go after who y'all need to go after, man. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Word up.
The investigating y'all ain't got nothing to do with that, man. Listen, man, it ain't my fault. It ain't my fault you was laundering money from China. That ain't got nothing to do with me. It's not my fault that y'all was getting money from Russians. Ain't got nothing to do with me, man. I wasn't getting no money from Russians. It was proven. We proved it. Y'all Russian me for 4 years, and it came out that I didn't do nothing.
The one thing I would want investigated though, Born, to see, which I know, like, it's not that I would need to be told this. Like, I want to see like how bad is the connection between like government and media. Like how much money changes hands, because the media like switched it up entirely. Like, and that must have been a choice that somebody made. So I would like to see if that's is a choice that's like who were making these choices, like who's paid off. Because the media is dead. Like, so we might as well like give it its final blow. This is the media right here, Born.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but
I say this. This is what I say. I say that I'm not gonna say nobody's paid off or anything like that. It's just pressure. It's just pressure. Yo, my G. If the president of the United States secretary call you, that's pressure, man.
it is.
DOJ call you, FBI send you an email. They ain't got to say nothing. They can talk as friendly as it. Hey, this weird, and it's a friendly reminder from the FBI. Just be on the lookout for a couple of different accounts. You might want to check this out right here.
But if you think about it, though, even in that operation that you're describing, like they have to have a certain amount of people that do it, or I'm pretty sure that happens with certain like elements within these agencies that are gun ho about like. And I would like to find those things out, like, because that's to me engineer like political like it's kind of like electioneering in a sense, but it's like it's completely corrupt, honestly. I mean,
but it seemed like it's not it seemed like it ain't the everyday, it's the ones on top. It's the ones on top who all connected.
And if we continue down the path that we were going, as far as allowing certain people to be censored, or like, how will we ever get a black dude on the TV or on the internet, like like the Black Messiah type dude? Like, how would he be able to exist within? I mean, not that I expect or anticipate it only, but it would be impossible with the censors that we have in place. So how the hell do we like stop ourselves from being able to talk? Like, anything goes. Like,
that's what I said. That's why I said, like, yo, Rumble yesterday. Listen, Steven Crowder was on Rumble yesterday and had a half a million people watching on Rumble. It's an audience over there. We just ain't using it. It's an audience where we can talk how we want to talk. I see stuff on Rumble where I'm like, yo, I'm talking about they straight. Listen, man, this white folks make stuff up there about black people, man. You be like, man, can you say that? Do they allow people to say stuff like that on the internet still?
I want to be there.
Wow. That means that I can say whatever I want to say because you saying we monkeys.
And that's the conversation we need to have, though. Because and like with that joke, what they mentioned, like with the Puerto Ricans, born. I root for the home team. I don't like I said, I don't like my island to get battered. But I would like to be able to tell that comedian who's of Israeli descent, like a joke about his people, like in return. And for nobody to say, "Oh, you're being anti-Semitic," because that's like the political tenor we're rocking with right now. Or I would like to call out heads of corporations and see if like they're of the same lineage or families or.
Yeah, I want to be able to say what I want to say. Like you can say what you want to say. I don't want to be a hypocrite because I can't tell you can't say that. Then I turn around and I want to say some slick shit about you. I can't do that. I can't do that, Mr. White Man. I ain't going to do that to you. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to allow you to say what you want to say. And then when I laugh because, I'm going to tell you, the joke, it was funny and not funny. It was not funny if you didn't understand the context. It sounded like he was talking about Puerto Rico was just a pile of trash floating around. But it was funny because I was like, yo, I just read the article maybe like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I read an article over a year ago about how the landfills in Puerto Rico is just super massively filled up and they can't do nothing about it. Sanitation is out of control. I just read it. So I didn't, so I felt like I understood where he was coming from, but I said the joke didn't hit because the way he said it, it wasn't even funny. It sounded like how it sounded. Even though you could say, well, look, man, he a roaster. It was satire. The way he did it, it didn't sound good. You know what I mean?
The people that are throwing it in my face on YouTube are like basically taking shots as well on Puerto Rican dudes, like, oh, I hope they deport y'all, like shit like that. But, and I'm with it, bro. I whatever. Like anybody could say whatever they want.
Well, yeah, man.
I want to get back to that. And honestly, too, I don't know if this is the same with you, my man, Deacon Dirty, but I used to rank on people's moms. I used to rank on people's ethnicities. I used to rank on people's fucking whatever, bro. Like that's growing up in the hood, bro. That was the best jokes.
Listen, I grew up with all in the family and the Jeffersons and you know what I'm saying? I grew up when listen, man. I grew up with Sanford and Son. What you mean? What you mean? You can't say you can't say, hey, I want an El Luncho. I try to look. Listen, if I want to make a joke about me trying to talk to a Mexican because of watching Sanford and Son, if I'm trying to convey a message, I add O to the end of it. And that's what. What you should be mad about that? Well, I'm not. I'm sorry. I don't speak the Spanish that you speak. I don't know. I'm just trying to convey a message. This is how we do it because this is how I learned when I was coming up. When I see Sanford and Son, when he was talking to Julio next door, that's what he did. And Julio understood what he was saying.
Yeah, it's no beef, bro. Oh, like if somebody like I'm not like Mr. Spicked out or nothing either, but if somebody calls me Papi or whatever, like I don't talk like that. Like, but I'm not gonna be, don't you dare use my people. Like I'm Latinx, sir. Like, not like the fuck. Like,
nobody got time. No, exactly. Nobody got time for that. Like I said, when he did that to Julio or his sisters and mothers, they just all right. I try to understand. Okay, I see he don't speak our language. He trying. Keep it going, man. Nobody was offended. We wasn't offended, son. I done heard, son, on. Come on, man. We done seen some offensive stuff as children. The TV shows was offensive, man.
I used to get offended by different shit on TV. Like when they used to have Mr. T fight somebody on A-Team, it was always a black dude. I'm like, yo, like why he ain't beating up these white dudes? Because he used to, Mr. T used to put the hands on people. Like like when they would have fight scenes.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
yo,
the
how they
biggest
always
black
pull out
dude.
like where he's beating up like or tossing around black dudes, bro? Like, why can't he fight like the main dude, like the main bad guy at the end?
The
You know what I'm
main
saying?
bad guy, yeah, he don't get the main bad guy shy. He got
Yeah,
to be a sucker.
yeah, bro. Or like, how about like
Listen,
what I also find offensive is also the fact that we're overly represented in these medicine commercials being sick, or in these medicine commercials being rainbow community people, like people that look like us. Which seems like every commercial, like with medicine and somebody's like sick, it's always like somebody that looks like us, or if it's these commercials where they show rainbow men, it's always somebody that looks like us.
yeah, we definitely oversaturate the commercials and stuff. But see, that's that whole Barack Obama alphabet push.
But
They
that's why
didn't.
we don't need censorship though, because it should be where we allowed to say like right now, like, all right, we don't want to see this shit no more. But if I brought that
Mhm.
conversation on YouTube, I would be all for YouTube.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's how like we gotta have every conversation under the sun, because shit's about to get real hectic, regardless if Trump won or not. Like, I mean, the economy's crap. You know, we gotta have our heads on a swivel, and we can't be curtailed by censorship. I mean, we shooting ourselves with censorship. That's my biggest enemy.
But you know, YouTube just opened up a little bit. You can say that the election might have been stolen. You can say that now. You can say the Chinese had the COVID.
Yo,
can
you
say
know
that
what's
now.
bugged out, Born? Like right before I came on here, I was watching YouTube of MSNBC because I was trying to get liberal tears before but the way they were speaking of Trump now, it was almost like it sounded like a little bit of kissing ass a little bit, bro, to be honest. Like not really going up, like describing his policies like in a
Did
good
you
way,
see
like,
him,
oh,
right? Seems like a change of the guard.
but I'm
Come on,
wondering if,
everybody.
like, I don't know, it just seemed very like that, because it like you got to watch it after this. Like, I mean, like maybe it's still happening. Like if it's these
No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
and that tenor
Some
was
of the ones
different
who
2 days
cry,
ago.
some of the ones who cry, see, because listen though, they never liked her. They never liked her. So with Trump winning, it's not that they. It sounds like they bigging up Trump, but they really kicking Kamala. They can't just kick her outright. They can't kick her outright. So they got to kick her by bigging Trump up. That's how you kick. That's how you kick the other person who lost. It's by shining all type of kudos on him. Oh, look at what he did to her. She didn't do that. She didn't do that. Look at what she. Look at.
Oh, she
It
should have
ain't like the
campaigned
Hillary
more.
Clinton. It ain't like the Hillary Clinton where wait he stole something. They didn't like her.
Yeah.
They
See
didn't
what
like her
we let,
from the beginning.
what we let them get away with, bro. We let them
Remember,
set the trend. We let them set the trends of how they could talk about us.
no, but remember though, son, before she started running, they were saying she was the one who was dragging down Joe Biden's ticket.
You're right, bro. I forgot about that. That she was the most unfavorable
Yeah, unfavorable vice president. They was like, yo, man, he got to get rid of her. The news was talking about getting rid of her before he had that debate. They was talking about getting rid of her and putting a new one in there, somebody else. He had that debate and it fucked him up. And she got to slide her way right in.
And it sucks too, because I mean, I hope that a competent black woman may get a shot like down the line. But how we run out this lady to be the first representation of black women to run for president? This giddy bitch, bro. Like, you know, this, she ain't say a damn thing she was gonna do for anybody, let alone us.
I don't trust Red Dot Indians.
Nah, it was the worst look, bro. Like, and
Oh,
yo,
okay.
and the thing is too, like, I don't know if you're like with, let's say like Trinidadians and whatnot. Like, you know how like a lot of them are coolie type, like Indian.
Yeah.
All right. Some of them dudes don't fuck with like black Trinidadian dudes. They'll fuck with Indians. Like they'll try to like they'll when they get married, like those kinds, like, and it's all good. Let them do that. But they'll go marry other Indians rather than marry like Jamaican cats.
Son, I don't mess with no red. She a red dot, dirty foot Indian. Her mother came from India. they red dot dirty foots, man. When you dealing with it,
but to tell me that these are Indian Jamaicans with money, that doesn't mean that that sounds like the kind of people that are in Jamaica that are scumbags. I mean, if they were there and they were slave owners, like it was in their past history.
Judge Joe Brown said that her daddy is Irish and Hindu, India. So if her daddy is Irish and Hindu, her mama Indian, and she put on the birth certificate Caucasian, ain't no way that get black. Ain't no way that turned black. And to let Candace Owens tell it, we done got a whole bunch of lies about her. We don't know who she is. She worse than Obama. She worse than who is Obama's daddy. It's worse than that. You don't know who. Wait, she got a fake grandmama, fake, all type of fake mess. She got fake people all around her, man. People faking like the daddy who ain't the daddy. Who is the daddy? Man, this shit crazy around Kamala. She like a created character, man.
No, and you know what's crazy too? That the persona that they do put out, or like the media bits that we do put out, that they have put out of everything you could think of Kamala, or everything you could think of even Obama. If these dudes weren't politicians and they grew up like in your hood, they would be the corniest, like non-listened to, like nobody, like they wouldn't survive, bro. Like the way like they are in general, like how they like move and operate, like they don't seem black to me at all. Like Obama more like seemed more black, but I barely. I mean, but look at the way he speaks though. Obama just seems like he's scripted, like, and knows how to talk it way better than Kamala did.
Yeah, he know how to blend better than everybody else. He know how to blend better than them. But know what I'm saying? Like
them are no hood people though, man. Obama ain't from no Chicago, dogs. Like stop fronting. His lady's from Chicago. If quote unquote lady. Allegedly. But when do you move to your lady's town and all of a sudden you rep that town, like, you know, and like that town got your back, like shouldn't that work in reverse, or like I don't know, like it just seemed like from jump. You got no history, and Kamala was even worse in a sense.
Was even worse, man. Ain't no way.
Was it true that Obama said something about I'm gonna have Michelle come out here, something like that, like when he was trying to campaign for this lady?
Michelle did come out, didn't she? Michelle did something. Everybody on
I could have sworn that like there was like right before Obama like tried to lecture black dudes by guilting them. I could have sworn that they said that he said something on stage that I gotta have Michelle come out here, like.
No, I didn't catch it. I didn't catch it.
Maybe I'm imagining it though. But I mean, it's not that it's far from reality.
Like, no, it ain't far fetched. No, it ain't far fetched that he would say that. You know what I mean? But I know she did come out, and I know that first all the Diddy Party members were saying we ain't saying nothing. Then the closer it got to the motherfucking countdown, all of a sudden Diddy Party members started popping up at every Democrat event. Man, the diddler party, his attendee list just showed up for Michelle. I mean, showed up for Kamala. Everywhere. We was everywhere.
Fat Joe did that last second joint. Fucking embarrassing himself, taking all kinds of L's.
Looking crazy. These jokers just looking crazy. Like, what is wrong with you?
I was alluding to the fact that I think that the Eric Adams thing is tied in with the Diddy thing. There will be a connection made there. I mean, Eric Adams is another Diddy-less cat, but that a lot of this stuff that was popping off like in New York is probably far worse than like what people are thinking. I don't know if you know or if you heard that. You remember that like Jay-Z stabbed that dude Lance Rivera back in the day?
Yeah.
That he had that case.
Trinity, I heard.
I didn't hear about that.
I thought that's what it was. I swear.
Could be. But I heard. But you know where that happened at though, right?
Go.
He says it in a lyric. He's like, "Is this that thug from the Kit Kat Club? Like, in the Welcome to New York City." Well, he stabbed him at the Kit Kat Club, but you know who owned that club supposedly?
Oh,
Ghislaine Maxwell.
Oh, just like
The grimiest dudes in New York own like most of these clubs. A lot of these clubs are underground. Every one of them has cameras. All of these dudes are wrapped up in some shit out here, bro.
yeah. Nah, listen. That's Gotham City, man. I know it's all type of motherfucking shit going on up under the covers of Gotham City. See, because you ain't gonna take Gotham City because I remember when it looked like Gotham City, when you can go out there, motherfucking. I used to ride my bike. It was hoes and whores and all type of shit popping off up and down all the motherfucking streets all night. You know what the fuck going on out here, man? I remember you could go down down like downtown, and they had all type of motherfucking sex motherfucking goddamn video shops and all type of bullshit.
Yeah. But look, oh yeah, you caught that video of the Fauci of New York City, that Indian doctor that they caught him on Steven Crowder. And he's like talking to a shorty.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I know you're talking about. Yeah.
For the people that don't know, he was like basically like the doctor type dude that they were running out in New York City because New York City was the peak of COVID crisis overblowing during that time. But this man was like basically telling everybody to stay home and you couldn't have gatherings of over 6. But he admitted to during that time going
on a sex party, going to Diddy party.
But he mentioned underground orgies on the Wall Street banks of like over 200 people during that time.
So listen, man. Listen to what I'm saying. This is why I just said that shit about how it used to be down there in Broadway and all that shit. That shit used to be wild, son. Wow, you know, you from New York. You know that shit used to be wide open. I'm talking about some shit that we used to go down there, son, and it used to, because I'm from New Haven. New Haven got its own culture. New York got its own culture. And then when you get down there into the seedy parts of New York and you starting to see, you like, what in the hell am I seeing out here, man? This shit crazy out here. It's tricks popping, anything, drugs are selling. This mess is going crazy right out in the open. It's like an open market of everything of a cesspool.
I never see I've gone out a lot too, like because I've always dealt with the clubs and whatnot. And I mean, I haven't like been in like nothing. Like I've seen some crazy stuff though, but I've only seen like some chamber type shit like once, but it wasn't like going out. It was actually on my little runs.
I only seen because like I used to get on the train. Like I'm from, I get on the train, bring my bike. Put my bike on the train. I'll just ride my bike around New York. You know what I'm saying? Get high, ride my bike around New York, and just look at shit, just to see what's going on. I ain't from here. I can just ride around 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, ride all up and down, and just see what's going on. Go get on the train, 6:30, 7 o'clock, go back home. I got nothing else to do. Go to the block. go to the block and go chill. You know what I mean? That's what I used to do as a young derelict. But saying that, from the things that I've seen, I know that you can't get rid of those things, so they have to be pushed underground. So you're not going to get rid of all of that filth that I was seeing. All of the blatant prostitution, sex shops, you know what I mean, and shit like that. You know how New York used to have the motherfucking.
They still do. No, yeah, I'm talking about, but the thing is too, though, Born, that we like the migrant wave that has come through here. It seems like New York, in many ways, is like a hub point where they fly them in here and then either keep them here or distribute them nationally. But when you talk about the 370,000 kids that are reportedly missing of these new migrants that have come in, if a lot of them came in through New York, I mean, and we have that nasty underlayer. Because this was happening during COVID. I mean, like a lot of people, like if they have certain appetites, I mean, they probably
city. New York is a city on top of a city.
Mm-hmm.
So its structures up under the ground, long been up under the ground. Remember what them Jews were trying to get to? They were trying to get to their old structures, to the old stuff. Why? They trying to bring in the Jew trying to bring in the Messiah. This is the one thing I don't even want to get into that.
Yeah, word up, bro. And there were two stories like that too. One of them was around my way. Like after that first one, this is the year of revelation for real, bro. Like fucking of the truth. But there was a second one of those that you the thing you just mentioned around my way.
Yeah.
Like, no, it wasn't one of those. It was a unauthorized construction. That's what it was. Unauthorized construction under the structure of the building, reportedly in a religious institution of those same people that had caved in.
Yeah, and now they saying unauthorized construction, but it ain't not good. You know, they can tell you. I remember when they had some other cave in over there. I said, oh man. I said, yo. I said to myself, they weakening the rest of the, since they tunneling, they weakening the rest of the foundation of other shit that's around it. So when they tunneling somewhere else, this shit too weak to hold because y'all already disturbing shit, trying to get to shit that y'all should have left alone. So y'all ancient bathhouses. So I don't know if they was constructing or it was printed as construction to hide and mask that they were still trying to do what they was doing in the other building, trying to get down to their lower levels where they had the ancient, like quote unquote bathhouses, we'll say.
To me, that was the most interesting story of this year, bro. And it got no coverage, bro. Like we should still be on that. Like I mean, like I got that, but and the thing is too, I don't know, because God seems to be trolling like the devil this year. So it seems like a lot of stuff, like it seems like the devil just keeps messing up left and right since this year started.
Yo, did you see famous Richard go to the synagogue up there?
No, who is that?
Oh man, a little young boy from Chicago. He told my Lord, let me see your pipe on King David.
Oh, I know who. I seen that video. Yeah.
And he ran down those Jews, Lord running down those these jokers with his black hat on and all this. He quit there on King David. I said, yo, he is wilding. But this the thing. This is something that I looked at and I was thinking about this when I seen that. Mentioning that, you being from New York, you could give me a better sense of this. Because I've never seen New Yorkers antagonize Jews like that, like the way that young boy from Chicago did. And what it said to me is that in Chicago, they don't deal with Jews as closely as black people in Brooklyn. Like they don't see no power in them in that type of manner. They don't see nothing in them. They like, yo, but I was thinking living amongst them, you understand the underlying power that these people have moving around the community. And that's why cats don't antagonize them. But you being from New York, man, what do you think about what I just now said?
Yeah, no, it's funny you mentioned that because I've actually seen there's a channel that does gang activity like from around my way. Like they basically cover mostly Mexican gangs. And my neighborhood has the biggest Mexican gang in all New York City. That's like their home base. But he had a video of them or of some little Mexican cats slapping up a kid of that ilk right next to their community, like right at the border of where like their community, because their community is right at the border of my neighborhood. And normally what they would do is that either A, they surround you with a bunch of men and they're deep, or B, they would send their own cops after you. They have their own cops, and then the regular cops would follow along. But what I have been noticing, because I saw that video with the famous Richard guy you mentioned as well, I subscribe to the notion that that group of people moves as a unit, and they've been very cognizant of their PR here in America. Like they don't want to be lashing out. Like they kind of like want to play into the role of victim again recently, seemingly. So, I could see that popping off in New York right now. Like, but like, do they have real power? Hells yeah, bro. Like those people will X you out. Like I mean, like and they'd probably get away with it. I mean, like that kind of stuff has to be happening.
Man, exactly. No, I know. I understand that they have that type of power, especially in their own community.
No, but I've seen them ride though. Like I've actually seen them ride. Like my man's used to rob cars, and they robbed 2 cars, and one of them from that neighborhood and one of them from right outside that neighborhood. But they got chased and they split up, but they headed in that direction of the neighborhood. But he basically got away from like the cops, and he said that he ended up like making a mistake and he crashed into one of their cars. And that I don't know what he did, but he like in trying to get away like that he like bumped into a woman or some shit. I forgot what he meant. This is like back in the day, but he said that they came up, that they were chasing him down with school buses full of dudes, bro. Like, and that the cops ended up saving him. Like that he ended up getting arrested rather than beat down.
Yeah,
They disappeared him into one of those buses with the quickness, bro. Like,
yeah, no, they already listen. They sit in this synagogue all day. Remember, you got a community of people who don't go to work. The only school they go to is the synagogue. You feel me? They only study. You got a group of men who only study Torah, and then once they get up to a certain age, if they're not able to become a rabbi, then they go find jobs. That's why a lot of times they deal with real estate and stuff like that. Things that you don't have to be smart. You don't have to have a real education.
Something and they get into stuff that they could take over with money.
Yeah, because they know
those dudes won't be having jobs. They have businesses.
They already see. This is the thing. They already set in the money markets. They set, so they just bring in the children and just put them in place. That's why every time you go in the Diamond District, the Jews ain't never going to not be there because their children going to be there. The dumb ones, the ones who not priests, ones who not rabbis, they're going to be in there, period. And everybody can't be a rabbi. We got too many kids. So they always got, turnover of, of workers. And like you said, look, your man, when he said that shit about the buses, you got, like I said, you might have 214 to 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds in synagogue at one time, and they get the call that some shit going down.
And it's a Puerto Rican dude that hit one of their women.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
What? They don't frame it up like that. Like when somebody goes into their synagogue and they say, "Yo, this fucking Puerto Rican spick, like just woo woo with my lady," like they don't say, "Well, listen, like that's not right to call him that." Like
no,
they transform right there, like, "Yo, we out,
right
bro.
Get in there, we out." Yeah, get the buses. Soon as they make the call, the alarm go. They run it. Listen, son, I know it's probably protocol on how they do it. What bus you going to get on? What seat you going to have? When it pop, if anything pop, you hear the alarm. This what bus you get on. You get on this one. You did keys, driver, everything. Everybody's set. We out quick as possible, and we on you. You feel me?
I envy that, bro. I wish we got down like that, bro.
Yeah, now I can see that. So because they close their community off and keep only because they use their religion as their social structure and they stick to it. See, we can't use our religion as a social structure because so many of us don't have a clear-cut understanding of our religion. Being a Jew is being a Jew. They got clear-cut understanding that they got different a couple different sects, but not many. It ain't like they got 15, 20 different sects that they recognize. They got Orthodox.
Like that,
you got Orthodox. Yeah, you got Orthodox, unorthodox. You got Sephardi, and you got Khazars. You know what I'm saying? And the Sephardis is the ones who most darker and all that stuff. So you got them. And that's who they really rock with. And they like, yo, and we can rock with each other because we all keep almost the same thing. We just two different tribes.
Yeah, and they probably chopped it up with each other. Yo, if we do this shit right, we could bag a little country for ourselves.
Yeah,
Motherfuckers ace us with some shit. Like, yo, we work it like this, and that. Like, and
yeah,
it worked for them.
it worked.
I ain't a hater. I mean, like, I want to be the next group of
Yeah,
that. I
yeah,
mean,
you got.
we could do it right.
Yeah, you gotta tip your hat to somebody who come across with a well laid plan and they come and they work and they come together. But
Now we
all
could
plans,
we
but
be
see, you
speaking
can't
on way
fool
better.
all. The one thing about their plan though is you gotta fool all the people all the time. You gotta make
That's
them
true.
all believe that you all powerful all the time. You can't have a chink in your armor, and that don't work. You can't fool all the people all the time. You can do it in shifts till they start waking up. Then you can try to knock it in their head, put them back to sleep. But everybody don't go back to sleep.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers start becoming impervious to the motherfucking pain. You start hitting them motherfuckers and say, man, that shit don't hurt.
No,
That shit
and
don't hurt.
the loss of the media, losing the media reckoning, it's gonna be so big, bro. Like, not that I want to see the media locked up, but the fact that everybody's ignoring the media, um, it's so fantastic that we're here now, Born.
Yeah, y'all listen, bro. I gotta jump off, man.
Yeah, me too, my dogs. Yo, thank you for coming through, Born. I'm gonna do some advertising for my man's company too. But
Yeah,
next time, I'm gonna come through every day as much as I could. I've been doing it late. Not with I do cat videos now too, but I'm gonna start trying to do my live stream political shit every day as much as I could. And if you want to come through, bro, like I
just
mean,
send me the link.
every time.
Just text me, let me know beforehand, and send me the link.
Word up, my brother. I'm gonna get your info too. I'm gonna send you the DBIC hat. Brothers don't kill brothers. The
Nah, no doubt.
nah, but good luck for coming out to my man Born. Yo, and you want to pump your like as far as the your book?
Listen, right now, listen, this is what I really want to pump. If you're using Chat GPT, there's a bot that we created called Blackbot AI. Blackbot, BLAKBOT AI. And if you really want to be able to have a bot this bot is made to do everything that every bot on ChatGPT does. We found a way to make sure that it's updating with everything else that's being updated at the same time. So it's always ready for any project that you want to do on ChatGPT. So go to Blackbot AI. Matter of fact, brother, after he published this right here, I'll drop the link to Chat GPT Blackbot AI in the comments so y'all can check it out. But that's the main thing. Um, that's the main thing that I really want to get people on to right now.
Any advice in the weeks leading up, or in the days? What advice you give to the people that are beefing about this political stuff amongst their own people?
Um, Listen, I don't lose friends over people that I don't know. I'm not going. That's what I like to tell everybody. Don't lose friends. Don't lose friendships over people you don't know. That neither one of you know. Y'all can have differences, and if they want to disengage with you, fine. You know what I mean? Fine. But as a logical person, you don't stop being a friend of a person because their political ideologies are different. Unless it's so heinous that there's something that you can't stand. If they, you know what I mean. But in general, man, don't lose out family and all that, man. I see the people talking about I ain't gonna talk to my mother no more. I'm not talking to my father. But they crazy. They voted for Orange Man bad. Don't do that. My advice is, but stockpile. Get you some maybe get you some Tesla stock if you can, but also find a way to put together some survival packages. Make sure you always got extra food up here in the winter months. You should be able to try to get you Matter of fact, I got to bring my little grill in. Have your little grill, propane tank, just for any type of outages. Be prepared for all those type of things, man. That's the main thing in America, man. You know, we got a faulty system, that faulty infrastructure, electrical infrastructure system, the electrical grid is old and outdated. So, you know, we can be hit and attacked at almost any time, man. Get yourself together like that. Um, yeah, man. Those are the main things that I really want to get the people on to. You know what I mean? I thank you for letting me come on to the show, man. You know, I always enjoy
It's your
myself.
show, bro.
You know, I get to express some views sometimes that I don't really get to expound on and go so deep on, because you know, well, most of my people though that I do deal with, I can have some of these conversations with, because you know we mostly like minded. So with that being said, man, let me see. Check us out, Feet on the Ground. Check the Feet on the Ground radio media out. Check that out. Um, make sure you check that out. Get on to that. And Black by AI, man, it's the future. It's the future.
Word up. Check out my man, Black Bot AI too. Like, we need to be getting on the AI wave to make it a tool that we can utilize. Should we? If
Yeah,
be able.
yeah, yeah. Put it to use before you get used.
Word up.
You know what I mean? Straight up. Put it to use before you get used, because that's what end up happening all the time. If you don't put things to use that are right there in your parameter, a person will come by with ideas and they'll use you.
Or they'll use that idea and like you then leave you out of it entirely. Yeah, but check out my man. I think it cut off. My bad. But I don't. My phone dropped off too. My little video feed. But check out Black Bot AI. Um, I want to bring my man Deacon Dirty on here as much as he could too, like and help get my Ninja News started up and rolling more so. But thanks, much love to my man Born for coming through. Please check out if you saw the hat I was wearing earlier. Of course, my video feed did drop off, but if you're interested, check out my man. My other man Q's shop. It's DBIC like Ted DBIC, but DBIC brand.com. That's DBICbrand.com. I wanted to put the link on the comment, but I don't think I'm allowed to do that. But
Yeah.
any last thoughts? You can close us out, my man.
I wanted to.
Oh
I
yeah,
wanted
the
to put
Echoes
the
of a
book.
Silent Walk. Check
So I wanted
cop
to
my
put the
man.
book on.
You can still cop it on Amazon.
Yeah, you can still copy it on Amazon. I'm trying to get it so I can turn the camera around or something, so then I can get a better view of it.
This is a low tech show. We're both low tech, my brother.
All right, there we go. There we go. You know what I'm saying? Echoes of a Silent Walk, Volume 1 and 2.
Sidewalk Symphonies, Heart of the Block. And his riveting work too. I mean, help support my brother. My man is actually doing the work too. More so than many other people too. I mean, that are actually in the field doing the work too. I mean, it's better than do something. I mean, but my man actually puts it down. I mean, as far as working in the community, and I know it's not easy. Very hard.
That's what the cover of the book about. You know, like you said, that's what the people see normally when the people just watching. When they watching, they see the road, and the road look bright, like music. You know, you see the music notes on the wall. You see the hearts on the floor. Everything is love, but they don't. But you know what I'm saying? Normally, people can't see the road that you're really on. It looked like that from the back side, but from the front side, if you know, that's really the road. You gotta get through all.
Yeah, I didn't even peep that.
Yeah, you always breaking barriers. You gotta break the barriers.
Word
Yeah,
up.
the front and back. The front and back is a story in itself.
Word up.
So you see the
I
light.
didn't peep that.
So you see the light right there. You can see the light right in the back.
Yeah, that's what's up, bro. That's very pretty too, man.
Yeah, and this what else I do though. If you want to get with me though, you can look up Acel Freeman on Facebook. You can look me up, and I do logos for people. If you need a logo done, things of that nature, man. I do logos for the people, so come through. We cheaper than the rest, better, we some of the best.
And that's a self, like one word.
That Aself one word. Yep, Aself one word. ASELF Freedman. RFREEDMAN. So come on through, and I do logos and like I said, this is my artwork right here. I did the cover, the front and back. So there's just some of the things that I do. But yeah, check us out, and you can even check out on Facebook. We do have the Blackbot AI Facebook page, so you can go to Blackbot AI Facebook page. We got another AI called the Pet Guru. So just in case your pets, if you see something wrong with your animal, you can diagnose your animal through the AI by taking photographs or pictures of like say if your dog got a red spot on it, you can take a picture, upload it to the AI. AI give you the different things that it might be, even some different ways that you can try to alleviate the problems. Yeah, man, we just doing some things though. We just doing some things. But yeah, check us out on Facebook. Blackbot AI, BLAKBOT AI.
Definitely, man. And with that, I hope you guys have the rest of your wonderful rest of your evening. Please cop my man's book. It's fantastic work. Um, and if and keep checking out Sir Foul Player of Brooklyn. Step into the foul play land with me. We're heading into real foul territory, but we were going to get there anyway, and hopefully we could capitalize on it this time around. But with that, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening, year. Don't get caught up. Don't argue. We'll all be all right. We're always going to be here no matter what, walking this earth, people that look like us. But with that, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. And with that, I'm out. Peace.